Okay, people, today let's take a probably not so quick look at this Mezco 1/12 Collective Deadpool and Wolverine Deadpool. Here is another dang toy that I said I was gonna pass on because I have the Marvel Legends and I have the SH Figuarts, and do I have the Medicom Mayfix on pre-order? Doesn't matter. I started seeing people get this in hand and showing it off, and I done got myself influenced. I had to get one for myself. Looking at the package, I was thrown off by this artwork on the front of the box. It is amazing. I may have to save that, put it on the wall or something. On the side, there is more artwork showing some Deadpool hijinks along with Wolverine. On the back is some of the promotional shots, including the one that shows all the accessories. On the side, more logos, but more importantly, more Deadpool. Oh, and Dogpool. On the top, there's the Deadpool and Wolverine logo again. Artwork continued from the front. On bottom, you have your legalese, your names, your barcode, your warning, choking hazard, small parts. Don't put the cloth covered toy with all the little sharp accessories in your pie hole. But let's get this open, see what's going on here. And now that I think about it, it's been a while since I've opened up a Mezco, and yep, that's how I remember it. Care and consideration should be exercised when handling. He's been mummy wrapped. There's the top layer. There is the weapon layer, and then the stand layer. And man, I love these bags. I wish every toy came with those. That looks delicious. I have the torso snack wrapped, and then looks like there's one at the head too. That does not look like it wants to come off, and it's under the suit. I'm about to hopefully have it pulled out enough to where you can no longer see it. All right, Mezco. Completely unnecessary. Why did it have to be protected all the way up and under? I can't get in there to pull that damn plastic out. Finally, I was able to. Oh, you son of a bitch. All right, that took entirely way too long. Now I'm mad. With that bit of business out of the way, I can actually get to the figure and... Ooh. Look at this Deadpool. There is definitely something to be said about the seamless look, as in you can't see the articulation. Now, I don't mind my toys looking like toys, but when something goes out of its way to be more real-worldy and fits in with the rest of my collection, then, you know, I gotta give it a shot. And this has all the Deadpool beats, especially when it comes to the Deadpool and Wolverine movie. Have these three straps coming over with it coming down, the gold buckles, the gold accents here and here and here and here, and then on the belt itself. Also see some gold on the straps around the legs, down on the shin guards, and then at the knife sheath. They even got the gold out here. Back here on the scabbard plate, on the back of the hands, and I love rivets when they show up. And then bit of gold at the top of the holster. Good grief, even the pouch clasps have a little bit of gold to them. Oh, and the collar too, on the fast forward and rewinds. And of course, don't forget about the tiny buckle on the strap around the wrist. I am probably missing something because there is a whole lot of detail here. The gold is what makes me think of the third movie specifically, because the rest of the design is pretty much, or at least a variation on something we've seen since the first film. Black padding around the shoulders, the iconic Deadpool design coming into the chest, that black overlay coming down below the hip, and then circling around the knees. That did change movie to movie, but this is what it looked like in Deadpool and Wolverine. I am having a little trouble keeping this knee pad around on the front. It wants to rotate off to the side for some reason. This one is not bad. I had to move it around a little bit, but it stayed so far. We usually get sheaths that come out. These are definitely glued in. They are not going anywhere, which I don't mind because it helps keep the costume in place. In fact, that may be the reason why they're stuck. Oh, how could I have not talked about the head yet? Look, it's Deadpool. The head is plastic sculpted and you can see a slight texture to it, but Mezco did a good job of matching that down on the reds of the costume too, where is it cloth? Is it some kind of leather type material? Fake leather? It doesn't stand out like in the olden days, where you could definitely tell that was plastic, that was cloth. But then the black parts of the costume are a smoother material. It's kind of shiny. It helps stand out against the red. Big thing though, right out of the package, I thought, well, it is slightly dark. But comparing it with stills from the movie, yes, it could be slightly brighter, but it's closer than I thought. Either way, it's a nice looking Deadpool red, so I'm not gonna complain. I will be posing this around and messing with it and everything, and it's easier to do that when it's already kind of dirty, you know? You have that fear of finger oils, or your hands aren't clean, or dust is gonna get on it. This, I'm not too worried about. It'll just add to the presence of it. Yep, I just gave myself an excuse to never clean this. Haha! Articulation, I showed this a minute ago when I popped the head off to try to get that plastic out from around the neck. Yeah, I'm still sour about that. But there's a dumbbell joint at the top of the neck, then there's a ball joint down into the body. Together, not bad up, and then buries the chin a bit. Nice tilt. Left, right. There may be a slight butterfly joint in there, but it doesn't have a lot of movement to it if there is. Pin coming out to the shoulder rotates around, but we're gonna get costume drag. It's gonna go to about right there. Hey, if it's good enough to end the Breakfast Club, it's good enough for Deadpool. Then the hinge at the shoulder goes, whoa, way up. There is some rotation at the bicep. Feels like a double elbow under there. Material stretches nicely to go all the way up. What kind of joint we're looking at here? Okay, it's a split ball hinge, so it goes in and out, but I'm guessing it can rotate, so you can go up and down, whichever direction you want to go. Torso joint, I haven't actually done this yet. Some crunch, arc back, tilt, tilt, rotation, slightly. Kicks forward, good, back, out, not shabby. Swivel at the hip somewhere. Oh, look at that. There is a swivel at the boot, but it doesn't want to go all the way around, and I'm not pushing it. Then we get to the Mezco dumbbell joint at the ankle, which gets there, then tilts side to side. Actually, that's not as bad as some past Mezcos, but it's not great either. I'm fiddling around with them to get them back in neutral position, and I keep trying to push the belt down, and I think it's attached to the costume. Well, no, maybe not. Oh, it's the strap. I get it. It's holding it up, you know, as straps tend to do. For accessories out of the package, there are 2 fists. Then there is a whole bunch of other hands. 2 splayed out hands. There's 2 relaxed hands. There's 2 grip hands. 2 trigger finger hands. 2 hands with little blades. I love those. There's a pointer. There's a loose grip. And then there's a thumbs up. And of course, we're going to try trigger finger. Why wouldn't we? Mezco always has kind of a softness to the hands, and they're so easy. Well, I haven't tried this yet, but yep, they pop right on. And I love how Mezco individually packages some of the accessories like this. The hands were in their own little trays. The guns are in this one. Here's the blasts and swords. Oops, spoiler alert. 2 Uzis, or are these smaller than actual Uzis? Either way, there's 2 of these. I love how there's a little paint hit to add some wear and tear to them. And yep, you can pull that out, and the round is painted. I love it. I also love how Mezco added extra reloads in case the carpet monster gets one or the other. You still have backups. Or Deadpool can keep on shooting however you want to go about it. There's also his trusty pistols, and yeah, it would have been cool in gold, but these are nice too. There's a little hit of red there. And then I noticed the Deadpool logos down on the bottom. Again, you can pull that out. Again, well, is the round painted? Oh, it's so tiny. Put that back in. Does that? Yes, it does. It slides back. I do notice that this is a bit loose. Yeah, fell out. What about this one? Nope, this one's tight. In fact, okay. Yeah, it doesn't have a snap, but it's snug. But once again, Mezco added extras just in case. And that one's painted better. Why don't I squeeze this a little bit? Like I'm gonna make any difference. Those you can either put in the hands, or there are holsters on the sides. And actually, what's going on here? Was there a left and a right? Because that one goes fine in the left, and then the right. Oh, maybe. Oh, and that's neat. That band coming down, well, it's supposed to be a strap. It's elastic. So if you get rowdy and push down, it just pulls right back up while not getting in the way of leg bends because it's stretchy material. Oh, that's brilliant. That's clever. There's also baby knife with 2 backups. Again, if you drop it and it disappears into the flooring. Tuck this away in the sheath and okay. That one's not falling out. I feel like these are pretty standard for Mezco at this point, these blast effects for the guns. There's 2 that kind of just, and then there's 2 with actual bullets flying out, and those load right into the end of the barrel. There for a second I was like, oh, that's not gonna fit, but It does, and it looks good. Back to blades. There are 2 katanas, and those are color coordinated to the Deadpool and Wolverine look. The gold down here in the black handle. Those will not fit in the gun grips. They're too big, but there's hands specifically for these. Right now, I'm gonna put these in the scabbards on the back. Oh, that is very, very tight. Am I backwards? Okay, blades go up. Hey now, it takes me a minute, but I get there. How are those gonna hold? Pretty good. Have his I like me with a heart coffee mug. Can I put that in these fingers? Yes, but I'm sure one of the other hands hold it even better. In fact, it's that loose grip hand that was with the pointer that can go in there. Ooh, little paint rub on the handle. Then there's dog pull, and this is half the reason to get this. Is anybody else offering up dog pull? All the same nice details as the Deadpool figure. There's the belt buckle, there's the pouches with a wash to them, dirty them up, gold clasps, gold rings, the red, the black, another logo here on the front, the tongue, the goggles, the tuft of hair on top, just the ugliness. It works. Even without articulation. This is just a slug, but gonna be standing there with Deadpool. Almost forgot! There are swappable eyes for Deadpool. We've seen this a lot with Deadpool figures, but man, I love the magnets. You don't have to pull off a faceplate. You don't have to pull off the head and push from behind or anything. You just pry these out and put new eyes in. The smiling eyes, there's the wide eyes. Ooh, big QC issue on the last set of eyes. It's supposed to be asymmetrical, but the white paint missed the sculpt. You don't know how long I sat here going, why is this so weird, until I got up close and maybe I need to take the white off, repaint it, or since I didn't care about this expression anyway, I'll just throw it in a bag and forget about it. And to show it in real time, you just pull out the one set of eyes, pick your other set, throw them in there, and you are done. Good to go. May need to adjust slightly, get them seated, but focus, there you go. I love Mezco bases. The graphic on the bottom of it, and then the toughness of the flight stand. It's just heavy duty. It's gonna hold up heavy figures way up in the air. That's a long stand. I don't quite like when they put the graphic off to the side though, or offset from where the hole is to put the flight stand, because in my brain it needs to be to the back, but then this is crooked. But I guess it could be this way and just have them leaping somewhere, whatever. Do not forget about the bag. Probably my favorite accessory when it comes to Mezco, because I can put all of the accessories in here, label it, come back to it later. Here's the part that caught me off guard and kind of tickles me. Deadpool stands at about 6.5 inches tall. That means it can fit into my Marvel Legends MCU display and make up for this shorter Marvel Legends Deadpool. Reynolds and Jackman should be about the same size, so this works better than this worked. And yes, I customized both of these with some claws on Deadpool and then swapped arms on Wolverine. Gonna be too big for your Bandai SH Figuarts MCU display though. There's Wolverine with the sleeves and the mask, which didn't happen in the movie. I know. Not shabby with the Marvel Legends Maximum Deadpool, and then is this the 2-pack Deadpool with Bob? Okay, now we're just getting silly. But then here's the original Mezco 1/12 Collective comic book Deadpool, and you can see that it's a little smaller. The head size, the shoulders are lower a little bit. The difference time makes. So at the end of the day, a pretty dang fun figure. I mean, if the most frustrating part about this experience is trying to get the packing plastic out from around the neck, then that's a pretty good dang day. And yeah, it may not be 100% accurate, but it just exudes Deadpool vibes. There's been good figures so far. I think this is the best. I know that's a strong claim. Especially with the knee pad wanting to move around. And that's my biggest gripe. That knee pad will not stay to the front. Now, when I get it into poses, which it can't do extreme poses, like crouching all the way down to the ground, 4-point stance. That's just the nature of Mezco and cloth wraps around your plastic action figures. But when it is crouched down, kind of knees bent, I don't notice the offness near as much. Put Dogpool in his hand, some guns, maybe the sword, change out the eyes, and I'm having a blast. Again, I do not mind seeing articulation in my action figures, but when they do it this well, I can't help myself. Am I going to have to get Wolverine? I need to go back and look at the pictures. I can't even remember what the 1/12 Collective Wolverine looks like. But if it goes with this... oh, it never ends, does it? And that's okay. It's toys. Bye.